Hey, so this is Good Grace in the key of G on our keyboard. Kind of a difficult song to play. It's taken me a while to try to get this down. The song starts with complete acoustic, and so you're just going to hang out for those first couple of lines. And then when the two voices join together, you're just going to, I have pads on zones 2 and 7. All right, so I'm trying to show you here. On zones 2 and 7, I have pads. And so when the piano comes in, I'm going to start by holding down a G because that's the key we're in. So we're just going to hold a G throughout that whole verse. And slowly but surely, we're going to pull up 2 and 7. We're just going to hold out on a G until we get to the chorus. And then when it'll be the instrumental. When the refrain or the instrumental comes in, we're going to pull up our piano. And our piano is just going to do low octaves in the bottom. So it's going to be like down to the C, up to the G. Down to the C. So it's just going to be nice low octaves. The piano on this keys is really only like from this E down. You're not going to really use the piano anywhere else. It's just going to play these low octaves, and you're going to have pads in your right hand. So as your piano is playing these low notes, we're just going to play this pad E. So everything else is real soft pad, but the piano sound is just these octaves that you're playing in your left hand. So I'm going to play through that. And then when we get to the next verse, we're going to take the piano out and we're just going to play these pads. Jesus, our salvation. So it'll be like, Jesus, our salvation. You're just going to play these pads. And then you'll add that piano back in when, don't let your heart be troubled. That piano back in. When we get to the refrain, I'm going to pull all my other zones up, my 3, 4, 5, and 6. Basically, those are all up here in my right hand. I guess they can stay on because they're not going to be played. But they're up here pretty much above middle C from G up. And all they're meant to do is play the little lick. Basically it's the melody line when you're playing when you're doing the refrains and when you're doing the bridges. So it goes, my zone 4 I really like. It's like this higher pitched organ type sound, so I like having a lot of that in there. So when you get to that refrain, you can play the octaves in your bottom hand, and you're going to play this, when you get to the, and that'll happen when we get to the swing wide part. And all that is just an A to a B, D, E, D, B, and that just repeats over and over again. So I'm going to go through the song. I'm going to show you kind of how I pull things up and down and when I use certain instruments, when I don't use certain instruments, and talk you through that. So here we go.
2, 3, 4.
Okay. So we start with everything will be down. I guess you 3, 4, and 5 really can stay up because they're only on this top part of the keyboard. But we're going to
Verse 1.
let the acoustic guitar carry this first part. And I'm going to get ready to have my 2 and 7 zones. I'm going to pull those up and I'm just going to hold this low G.
Don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up high, don't feel evil. Fix your eyes on this one dream. There's 99
this instrumental, this is when we're going to add in the... So you start on a B and you're playing the E minor and the bass. Sorry. And we're just going to play that one time through, and then we're going to go straight into the swing wide. When we go into the swing wide, I'm going to take down my piano, and I want only pads for this section of it. So I'm just going to... We want a place to go, so we want to add in the piano, and we're going to add some other layers as we do these 3 bridges back to back to back. So I'm going to start right at that instrumental where we're going to play our lick. Let that ring, and then we're out the rest of the time.